Now, we're down to a best-of-3 series. Two top teams in the Eastern Conference. Opening faceoff is down. We're underway. Opening faceoff brought to you by our friends at Big Wings. Raiders have control as Rudolph has to back up in his own zone and had to dive there to swat that one away from Liam Ruck on the forecheck. Christensen gets it loose, plays it up the left side. Pickford able to hold on to it for a moment. Puck gets loose to Basha. He'll send it right for Liam Ruck. Return feed looking for Basha, and it's over its stick left one in the wall. They'll battle for it now. Basha gets it off the wall. Back to Pickford at the right point. He'll fire one. I think Korkish got in front of it to block it wide. Now here's Basha trying to get away from Oiring back to the point. Left side for Jonas Wu. He'll send it around behind the net, and Christensen's after it against Liam Ruck. Christensen wins that battle and chips it off the right wall for Doobie. Doobie off the right wall out to center for Oiring. Oiring's on the attack now up the right side. He'll cut towards the middle. Oiring now looks towards the goal. That's stopped by Casey. The rebound comes back to Oiring. He'll play it below the goal line. Korkish and Doobie both go after it. Doobie's after it. He'll play it back towards the right point. Barrett and Korkish working together. Puck comes loose to Coots, fresh off the bench, but he's poke checked. And here comes McCann out to center. Right side to Newtons now. Newtons dumps this one into Raider territory. Barrett and McCann both after it here. McCann with that shot to the chops there. Barrett, they'll battle for it in the left corner. Puck loose to Parr. Parr had it knocked off his stick. It stays with him for a moment, but Coots takes control out to center. Here comes Braden Coots now. Right side for Sievertson. He'll drag and fire. That's stopped by Carter Casey. Play stopped. And our first face side of Casey. Coots is on the draw. Up against Schaefer, Gordon Carroll. Coots wins it back. Bobbling puck comes back to Cripps, but he'll get it away. Misses just wide. Now here's Cunningham who chops it out to center for the Tigers. And Sarkinov is the first man back to it in his own zone. He'll go back to the Cripps on the right side, who flips it ahead for Sarkinov out to center. He'll poke it away from one of the Tigers, but the Tigers get it back at their blue line. Van Mulligan ahead for Stengram. Now Cunningham. Cunningham dumps this one in as he's checked by Kelly. Cripps gets control in his own zone and sends it right side for Sievertson. He'll jam this one up the right side wall. And now here's Coots with it. Sent over to the left side for Cripps now. Cripps is out to center. Over the left side of the blue line. Now feeds this one down low into the corner. Sievertson goes to work on the forecheck, trying to get it away from Juhanen. He's got help from McKegarty, who gets it loose behind the net. McKegarty trying to send it back to the blue line. Now he's checked to the wall by Van Mulligan. Sent around behind the net. Here's Brizgalov on the left side. Heisey checks him off the puck. He'll play it back to the right wall. Rudolph gets a good shot away. That's blocked away by Casey. Back to left point. Christensen having some trouble settling it. And a good play there by Ben Harvey to back up and support his defense. Got the puck for a moment, but the Tigers take it back. Brizgalov sends it ahead for Davidson, who tries to dump it in. That one hits a skate along the way. Second effort from Davidson is sent down low. Now here's Christensen behind his net. Sent right side for Rudolph. Rudolph tries to play it ahead. Tigers take it away, but it comes back to Ben Harvey now. Ben Harvey with control. Justice Christensen's down behind the play here, and the Raider faithful are wondering why there's not a call as Heisey gets control at the red line and dumps it in.
Christensen got dumped hard by Brizgalov right in front of the Raider goal.
Pickford finds Davidson, and Davidson dumps it in as the Boo Birds come out here in the Art Hauser Center, and play stopped here, I believe, as Mikael Orszalak had that one get to the side of the goal. He'll cover it up to stop play here. 2 minutes. This is Basha now, left side of the Raider goal. Oiring wins it for man now Barrett, but Barrett can't catch up to it, and Marcus Ruck takes it away. He'll play it for brother Liam, back to Marcus. Marcus Ruck now blows a tire as he tried to get the pass away, and here comes Lyndon Barrett with a fresh steal. Pass ahead, trying to find Doobie on a breakaway, but it gets tipped wide. Now Doobie off the backhand, that stop, rebound, it's going to bounce around to the right side wall where Doobie dumps it down low. Now here's Jonas Wu in the right side corner. He'll send it ahead up the right side for Liam Ruck. Now ahead to center for Basha, who couldn't handle it clean. Korkish comes in with a check to help get it loose, and now it comes to the Tigers' blue line. Here's Väisänen. He'll send it left side for Wu. Jonas Wu now going to curl towards the right side wall, and now sends it back to the left side for Väisänen. Väisänen sends this one ahead. McCann's going to tip this one into the glove of Justice Christensen, who
charging hard was able to get it back on goal.
Evan Smith wins the center ice draw, but a little too clean, and the Raiders have to chase it back in their own zone. Here's Parr trying to center it, taken away, and now here's Boychuk. Boychuk for the Raiders, curls towards the middle and sends it left side for Cripps. He'll play it off the left wall. Howe's checked off the puck, so icing's waved off as Väisänen goes after it. Evan Smith puts him into the wall, and Howe has control. Howe sends it back to the left side point, and it comes back to Evan Smith. He'll play it up the left wall. Now Boychuk has it. Boychuk finds a trailing Bennett Kelly, who wasn't quite ready for that pass. It just sneaks off his stick back up the right wall for Howe. Howe tried to jam this one in deep. Instead, it comes back out to center, and Howe and Cripps will go back for it. Cripps is the one who picks it up on the right side wall. He'll send it ahead, tipped in by Smith. Tigers have control in their own zone. Here's Muhanen. Muhanen sends this one ahead, and that one missed the stick of Gordon Carroll, I believe. Icing called. And if Raiders have a 4-0 shot lead, as Coots gets some help from Sievertson for the faceoff win. Now a juice bomb on a broken stick, but the puck comes out to center on the rebound. Rudolph has control as Christensen goes back for a new twig. And he's got one now as the Raiders look to break it out of ice. So here comes Christensen up the right side. He'll get around to check it as he dumps it in on the right side and goes after it himself. He'll send it to the corner where Coots is waiting for it, but it's knocked off his stick by Gordon Carroll. Back to the blue line, and Sarkhanov plays it down low again. Sievertson's in after it here. Now Coots behind the net. Both checked away from the puck there by the Tigers. Now here's Cunningham on the right wall. He's checked to the wall by Sarkhanov. Coots pokes it free for Sievertson behind the net. Sievertson trying to get away from Juhanen below the goal line now. Here's Schaefer Gordon Carroll. Now it's knocked off his stick. Sievertson centering feet. Scores! Silky Ned Sievertson sets up a Sark attack. It's 1-0 Raiders, 5 minutes in.
Talk about how important the forecheck is. The Raiders were just relentless chasing this puck. It was behind the red line the whole time. Sievertson, Coots, Sarkhanov, and eventually Sievertson comes free after Coots went in and was able to poke that puck out from under the feet of the Medicine Hat defenseman out to the front, and Sarkhanov wastes no time on that release.
5th of the season for Alisher Sarkhanov. 5th of the postseason. 5 minutes in, it's 1-0 Raiders in Game 5. Tigers have control off the draw. Sievertson will have an assist, maybe Coots as well, but the Arthauser center is feeling it early as Davidson goes into the right side corner, and Christensen will load him up with a check. Now here's Rudolph, who gets control of the loose change. He'll bring it around the right side and flips it high into the air. Knocked down by Heisey, and he's in on the rush. Has Harvey in front, feeding it to him, but Casey able to stick that one away before Harvey got a chance. Now here's McKegarty on the left point. He'll spin it down low for Harvey in the corner. It hopped over his stick, but Heisey's after it behind the net against Pickford. They both put a check on each other here, and now Heisey's pinned to the wall, trying to get loose, but Wu takes it away. Wu brings it around the right side, sends it ahead out to center. It's over the stick of Core, so Barrett gets control. His pass for McKegarty, and the Raiders have reloaded the attack. McKegarty to the middle for Harvey now. Harvey cuts around one defender, now fires! Casey got just enough of that to redirect it over the glass and out of play. Left side of Casey, as Oehring, Korkish, and Doobie come out for the draw, along with Mann and Barrett. Raiders lined up aggressive, no winger on the right wing. Mann's still on the right point, but Barrett's lined up way out left. It's going to come his way, but the Tigers have control as Liam Ruck skates out to center. He'll dump this one in. Matches Mann's after it in his own zone. He'll swing it left side corner for Barrett. He'll backhand it ahead for Korkish, and he'll jam this one off the wall into the Tigers side of the ice. It's Riley Steen with control on the left side now. Doobie comes in to put some pressure on him, but Steen gets it out to center for Basha. Basha at the red line, tried to dump it in. He was blocked. He'll send it to Weissman on the right now, and he'll dump it in. Oehring and Barrett are both back for it. Oehring to Barrett and right ahead for Doobie. Doobie now trying to streak up the right wall. Good check there from McCann. Knocks him off the puck, but it comes to Korkish. Korkish drop feed to Doobie. Doobie fires, save made. The rebound's there. The Tigers have it, and McCann will curl into the left corner. Caden McCann skating ahead now. Sends it over right side out of the reach of Liam Ruck, who looks like he might be a little worse for wear as he goes to the bench. Did miss Game 4 as this one's tipped from center over the glass and out of play. And a face-off will center, though. McCann trying to find a lane on the left wall. He's hassled by Evan Smith, and the puck's going to stay on the hash marks on that left side wall. 3 Raiders, 3 Tigers all in there here, and a hard battle for this one here as Bennett Kelly comes out of the pile after a shot from Newtons. They'll continue to battle here. All kinds of bodies in that pile up here trying to get this one loose. I think Cam Parr's the man in the middle of it and finally got loose, but he's going to get tangled up, and the Raiders are going to go to the penalty kill here. Evan Smith's going to get called for holding. So far, Raiders penalty kill 77.1, and off the draw, Rudolph's going to try and clear it out. Pickford holds it in, but he'll play it right back to Rudolph. This time Rudolph plays it off the stanchion and down the ice. Early clear here. Big guns on for the Tigers. Pickford, Wu, Basha, and the Rucks. Raiders have Christensen, Rudolph, Korkish, and Heisey. Pickford takes it to the red line and drops it back for Wu. Now left side for Basha. Swept off his stick by Heisey down low into the Raider territory. Christensen trying to protect the puck, but Basha able to knock it free. It comes to the side of the goal. Christensen and Basha tied up with each other, take each other down. Rudolph plays it behind his net, but Basha's there waiting for it. Now Pickford out front. That's a great knock away there by Heisey. And now here come the Raiders. Rudolph feeds it back to Heisey. He'll walk up to the Tiger blue line before he dumps it in. Liam Ruck has control in his own zone on the right side. Now skating left. Gets up to the red line. And now through the middle of the Raider blue. He'll send it left side for Marcus. Marcus Ruck trying to go back to Weissman at the blue line. Second effort got there. Now right side Basha. Basha from the right brings it left and sends it there for Marcus Ruck. He'll back up to the middle. Now left side Basha. Basha down low. One-timer attempt. That stopped there as Weissman tried to get this one through. Now Marcus Ruck back in the middle of the blue line. Left side for Basha. Basha looking to the goal. Now right side for Weissman. Right, Väisänen's going to go to the middle. Now he'll fire. That stop by the glove of Mikael Orsulak.
Yeah, great job there by Orsulak.
Draw now up against Davidson. Westview searing a break penalty kill still for 41 seconds. Raiders get it loose. Barrett spun around as he plays it around behind the net, and Heisey on the right wing will get it out to center. Casey will stop it in his crease. Väisänen will pick this one up. Väisänen curls to the middle of his blue line before dropping it left for Van Mulligan. Up the left side, Brizgalov tips it right into the official. Now Väisänen gets control. He'll send it behind the net. Comes around to the right side for Van Mulligan. Van Mulligan's pass ahead, stripped by Coots, ahead for Harvey, and Harvey's going to go on the attack, 1-on-3 right now, as he skates up to the blue line before dumping it down low. 8 seconds left in the Raider penalty kill. Stangrum curling in front of his net, and Harvey was looking for that puck to come out his way. Now the Tigers have it to Van Mulligan skating up the right side. He'll dump it in. Raiders back to even strength. The Smith re-enters the play. Connor Howe with a check, and the puck squirts out to center. That was close to too many men. He didn't touch it, and good thing Riley Steen didn't. He'll go back for it in his own zone. Left side for Muhanen now. Muhanen up the left side, tipped ahead by Brizgalov. Now Davidson bringing it in. He pokes it into the corner. Cripps has control. He'll send it left side for Bennett Kelly. Ahead for Evan Smith on the left wall now. He'll play it ahead. Howe into the middle. Here's Cripps joining the play. 2-on-1 with Boychuk. Now Boychuk on the right. Fires, and he's looking backdoor for Cripps, but just a little too much gas on it. Back to Bennett Kelly at the left point. He'll hold it in down low for Boychuk again. Boychuk curling the zone now. Forced back out to center as he couldn't hold on to his handle. He'll play it off the wall into the Tiger territory. Muhanen has control. Raiders finishing a wholesale change as Heisey goes in on the forecheck. Here's Muhanen up the right side. Newtons tried to tip it in, but no, Harvey takes it away, and the Raiders are back in on the attack. But Harvey knocked off the puck there by a good back check from McCann. Rudolph steps up and pokes it right back to Harvey. Down low, McKegarty now out front. Rudolph! And he put it on goal, but didn't get all of it. And Casey gets the save.
Great job here.
Sarkinov from Sievertson is the goal. Coots on the draw versus Schaefer Gordon Carroll. They tie each other up, and the Tigers take it loose. It's Pickford. Sends it around right side for Cunningham. He's out to center. Cunningham gains the red line and dumps it in. Rudolph behind his net. Sends it right side for Sievertson. He'll take a check from Wu, but plays it ahead for Coots, who's got a head of steam. Coots down the right side. Stops up just inside the blue line. Trying to find a passing lane now as he goes to the middle of the blue. Still watched by Schaefer Gordon Carroll. Now he'll send it ahead up the left wall. Behind the net, it's Sievertson with control. Sievertson back to the right point for Christensen. Move to the middle now, left side for Rudolph. Rudolph puts it towards the goal. Sarkinov looking for a rolling screen. Couldn't get one. And Casey makes the save to stop play. Face-off coming towards his right. Boy. Second of all, how the heck does he stop like that too?
Yes, he can turn on a dime. It's pretty impressive.
Oiring on the draw. Up against Basha, right side of Casey. And they'll win it back, but it gets between Doobie and Mann and out to center. Mann will back up to the red line, play it ahead for Doobie on the left wall. Now he curls through the middle of the blue line and back on the attack. Doobie takes a high stick. Raiders are going on the power play right away. Oiring has it below the goal line. Orsulak to the bench, extra man on. Here's Mann, who's going to back up out to center and give the Raiders a 6-on-5 opportunity as he sends it ahead up the left side for Oiring, who curls back out to center. Up the right side for Doobie. Barrett's going to the goal. Doobie tried to feed it to him, but he hit a body along the way. Tigers get control, and the Raiders will head to their first advantage collision, man advantage.
Well,
in the playoffs so far, Tigers' penalty kill has dropped down to 80.9%. Off the draw, Rudolph gets control. He had 2 power play goals in Game 4. He's got it again on the left side as he swaps spots with Cripps. Now up the left side looking for Heisey. It's just out of his reach, but he'll battle for it in the corner against Väisänen. Heisey gets it loose and finds Rudolph at the point. Now right side, Coots with a look towards the goal. That hit a stick and is just tipped wide. Now here's Parr in the corner, trying to get away from Heisey. Heisey with a good stick, gets it back to Rudolph and Coots. Coots is the one who takes it. Right side, Rudolph. Now he'll fire. What did that hit to go over the glass and out of play? Not. Raiders have been excellent on the face-off draw in the playoffs so far. It's one back to Cripps, now left side Rudolph. Back to Cripps in the middle, right side Coots. Coots fires through a set of legs, that's high in the air. Rudolph knocks it down with a glove and plays it back to Coots. Now Heisey in the slot, back to Coots on the right wall. Oiring down low, Coots on the right wall. Back to the point for Cripps, left side wall Rudolph. Rudolph to the middle for Cripps. Cripps right side for Coots. Coots down low. Oiring trying to feed it back to Heisey. Missed the mark. And Oiring has it in the right side corner again. Still a minute to work with on the power play. Here's Coots in the middle of the point. Right side Oiring back to Coots. A one-timer. That's off a body and it goes to Cripps on the left point. Cripps, right point for Coots now. Coots skating down low for Oiring now. Heisey in the slot. He'll fire. That hits a body wide. Rudolph on the left point now. Rudale skate to the middle, leaves it on the left for Cripps. Cripps looks for the net, fires, that's blocked in front, rebound to Heisey. Heisey trying to find a passing lane. He'll finally find Cripps on the left wall. Into the middle for Rudolph, left side Cripps. He'll look to the goal line for Heisey. Heisey back to Cripps. Cripps right side Coots, he'll look, fire, that's blocked away by Casey. Heisey knocks down the loose puck with his glove. It's swatted to Cripps, who settles it down. Right side Coots, still pressure for another 30 seconds. Oiring trying to get it to the front, and then it's finally cleared down the ice by the Tigers.
Talk about pressure, though, by Prince Albert. Great puck movement. They had Medicine Hat going side to side, and some really good shot blocks by Medicine Hat, though.
Here comes Barrett now through the middle of center. Still 12 seconds of power play to work with as he dumps it in on the right wall. Evan Smith goes after it against Wu. Tigers had it for a moment, but Severson takes away. Now looking out front for Smith, who just chips it back to the right side wall, and Pickford is coming out of the box in a moment as Barrett has it at the right wall. Barrett, nice move to get around McCann, though. He'll send it right side for Smith. Now cross-ice feed looking for Doobie, is knocked down. Doobie gets a shot, but that hits a stick and goes over the glass and out of play. A great power play for the Raiders is not rewarded. They have a 1-0 lead, but a 14-1 shot advantage brought to you by our friends at Fred Davidson inside the Tigers zone. Smith wins it back a little too clean, and Barrett has to pick it up at his own red line. He'll dump this one in off the right. Sarkanov's after it on the left now. He'll send it below the goal line. Evan Smith's after it here. Doobie chasing after it as well. And he gets it loose for a moment, but Pickford picks it up. Bit of a Frankenstein unit on here for the Raiders as the Tigers get it out to the center, but it's chipped right back in by Mann. Pickford will send it back for Wu, and Wu sends it ahead for Core. Core tips this one into Raider territory. Barrett's after it in his own zone. He'll try and escape up the left side wall. Got checked and spun around for a moment, but stays with the puck. And now Doobie on the back check, takes it below the goal line, and he'll try and work his way back up that left side, same as Barrett. Evan Smith's there to help him get it loose. Now here's Doobie, and ahead for Smith. Smith up to center now. 2-on-3 with Doobie. Smith fires it in from distance, and that's covered up by Casey. Play stopped, and the Raiders will get their lines settled once again. Doobie, Rudolph, and Christensen come back out as Basha's on the ice for the Tigers. And puck one towards the front of the goal for the Tigers. Väisänen picks it up and sends it ahead up the right side for Liam Ruck. His pass to the middle for Basha's off the mark. It bounces to the red line. Off the elbow of Doobie back to the Tiger blue. Here's Väisänen backing up now. He'll send this one ahead. Doobie thought he had it knocked down. Instead, Christensen does. And he'll give it to Doobie. Doobie's back in on the left side. Doobie now driving towards the goal out front. Cork is checked away there by Väisänen last second. Puck comes out to the blue line. Christensen's in a race with Liam Ruck. And Christensen will win that race and dump it down low. Casey leaves it behind his net for Väisänen. Tigers with control as Väisänen sends it ahead. Here's Schaefer Gordon Carroll over to center. He'll get past McKegarty and bring it in on the right side, trying to get around Christensen, who forces the puck loose into the corner. Now McKegarty has a handle on it. It gets poked away from him into the Raiders' corner. Rudolph now Christensen on the right side. Up the right wall for Harvey. Harvey a little bit of trouble getting out of the zone with it. Tigers take control as Gordon Carroll gets it back at center. Now here's Van Mulligan, who dumps this one in and takes a hit from Heisey. Stengrum on the forecheck, plays it into the corner. Knocked away from him, Raiders have it. Here's McKegarty. Backing up below his goal line, pressure from Van Mulligan. Tigers get it loose, but Christensen has it back for the Raiders, at least for a moment it looked like he did. Behind the net, now it's bouncing around in the slot. Stengrum jams away at it, but can't get it through. Harvey on the block, and now here's Rudolph. He'll play this one off the glass, a little bit of backspin on it, didn't quite get as far ahead as he wanted, but it's going to work here as Heisey gets it into the blue line. Tigers quickly take it away though. Van Mulligan, left side for Stengrum. He's up to the left side of center. He'll dump this one wide of the goal. Picked up on the right wall by Newtons. He's checked off the puck there by Kelly. And now behind the net, Coots ahead for Severson. He'll tip it out to center, and the Tigers have it again. Here's Pickford. Bryce Pickford back to his blue line. Sent ahead for Newtons, who tips this one over the glass and out of play.
Into the middle to get out of their own zone.
That means a lot of puck support as well here as Severson sends it ahead up the left side for Sarkanov. Now down low, and Coots goes after it against Wu. Coots out front for Severson. He gets a shot that misses just wide. Puck comes back to the right side point for Cripps now. He'll fire. That's blocked away by Casey. Wu has the rebound. He'll send it ahead, trying to spring Cam Parr off his back skate. He can't catch up to it in time, and he'll take after it in the corner now. He'll look for a pass across the ice for Wu at the left point now. Wu gets around Severson, now trying to go through the middle. Jonas Wu fires, it's blocked by Bennett Kelly, back to Wu. Wu down in the right side corner now, trying to send this one through, and it's blocked by Kelly. Kelly sends it to the left wall for Sarkanov to pick up. His pass the middle is taken away. Here's Parr. Parr fires. Coots gets a stick on it to block it wide into the corner, and now Cripps has control, and he'll skate behind his net to the left. Brock Cripps going to back up in the corner again. Sends it right side for Bennett Kelly. Bennett Kelly up the right wall. Severson had his stick tied up here. Icing the call, though. Raider Faithful doesn't like it, but it is an icing call with three. Tarkanov, Kelly and Cripps. Kelly and Cripps, the defensemen for the Raiders, have been on for quite some time. Tigers with it though. Basha gets it back to left point for Wu. He'll skate to the middle. Winds up, holds on. Now trying to find a better lane. He'll fire. That's blocked, I think, by Liam Ruck in front. And Orshulak finds that loose puck and covers it up to stop play. And a face-off coming in. Tigers lined up aggressive. Nobody on the right wall. Everybody to the left side of center. And Connor Howe is going to be the lone man who goes to the left side for the Raiders to try and take that open wing puck. And after off the draw, Howe gets into the play and pokes it away from Pickford trying to jam one through. And now there's a loose puck. They'll battle for it. Noah Davidson fires. That one misses just high. And Howe's after it on the left side. He'll take a hit from Pickford and he's able to chop it out to center. Wu's going to pick it up. Backs up in his own zone. Sends it up the right side for Davidson. He'll been away from a check from Mann and dump it up the right wall for Brizgalov. Brizgalov now going around behind the net. He's got Wu in front. He scores! Great pass there from behind the net by Yaroslav Brizgalov. He'll find Jonas Wu sneaking in. Third shot of the game for the Tigers is set up well, and they've tied this game at 1.
Well, Brizgalov just kind of muscles his way in behind the Raider goal, and Raiders just weren't able to push him off the puck, and he makes a quick little feed out to Wu, and Wu was able to finish this one off. So the Medicine Hat Tigers, on just their third shot on goal, pick up the all-important tying marker.
Nothing Orshulak could do about that one as Wu was cutting in close. Wu now with his 7th of the playoffs has this game tied at 1. 2:50 left to go in the third period as in the first period, as Oiring and Basha line up for the draw at center. Raiders get it loose. Christensen up the left side will dump this one in. Weissen's after it in his own zone. He'll send it right side for Steen. Steen ahead for Basha. Basha skates up the right side, dumps this one high into the air over everybody's stick. And Rudolph maybe trying some creative skating, didn't get the icing call he wanted. Tigers able to take control for a moment. Basha back to the left point for Weissman. He'll send one high. Now Korkish on the wall, can't get this one out either. Steen holds it in. Big hit from Christensen, sends Basha flying along with his stick as Doobie gets it out to center. Now finds Rudolph, back to Doobie. Now trailing man Oiring. He'll fire, that's blocked into the corner for Korkish. Korkish plays it back for Rudolph, who was trying to, Doobie skating out from below the goal line. It's bouncing around behind that Tigers net, and Weissenen has it. Weissenen plays it ahead. Marcus Ruck now into the middle for Schaefer Gordon Carroll. He'll skate over the left side of center. He's checked off the puck by Rudolph. And now Oiring gets it loose on the left side. Ahead for McKegarty. He'll jam it off the left wall out to center. Tigers get control. Gordon Carroll back for Van Mulligan. Now left side Muhanen. Muhanen skates up to the left side of center and dumps it in. Cripps is in after it on the left side. He'll skate around behind his net and leave it for Christensen. Christensen ahead for McKegarty up the left wall. He couldn't handle the pass, and the Tigers get a shot from Van Mulligan that's blockered away. Now McKegarty into the middle for Harvey. Harvey out the left side to center, plays it around one man, trying to get a 2-on-1 going. He's got Heisey in front of him. He can get it to him, but a great block by Muhanen. Tigers get control. Here's Cunningham. He'll play it to an open corner. Harvey's there waiting for it on the right side. Harvey trying to spin it back to the point, instead spins it low. McCann gets control for the Tigers. He'll play it behind his net for Van Mulligan. Heisey with a check, puck loose to McKegarty. McKegarty back to the right point for Cripps. Cripps looking for a lane. Going back and forth, now skating towards the slot. He'll drop it back. Bennett Kelly, a shot that's blocked, and it comes out to center. Kelly scoops it up at his own blue line. Backing up slowly, sends this one ahead. Parr takes that one away. And now a pass intended for Newton's hit McCann along the way. Now last minute of play brought to you by our friends at Mr. Mike's. Harvey finds McKegarty on the left side. McKegarty's return feed to the middle is knocked away, but Harvey gets it back now. Middle of the blue line for Coots trying to settle it. He'll fire a wobbling puck wide of the goal. McKegarty's after the rebound, and he'll battle with Muhanen. Muhanen plays it out to center. This one gets by Barrett, and he'll have to chase after it, but on fresh ice, that would have been icing. Instead, it slows up, and Barrett has to play it up the right wall for Sievertson. Sievertson plays it off a skate out to center. Tigers get control. Here's Brizgalov ahead for Wu. Wu's pass knocked down by Sievertson. He'll send it ahead. Sarkinov with room to skate, but didn't have the wheels going. Nice move to get around Pickford. Now dumps it in. Now Wu behind his net sends it right side for Pickford. Pickford plays it ahead for Cora into the middle. Davidson, who just barely got that one by Sievertson, and now here comes Davidson. Maybe a odd man rush forming for the Tigers here. Pass to the middle for Davidson's off the mark. Sarkinov with a stick lift, can't get it out. Davidson holds it in with a dump up the right side. Cora takes it away and plays it over across. Sievertson gets control, and we'll end this first period. A dominant showing from the Raiders in this first period, 16-3 the shots on goal. Brought to you by our friends at Fresh Air Experience. One after the first period. Opening faceoff brought to you by our friends at Big Wings is down as the Raiders battle for it over center. Christensen dumped it into Tiger territory. Jonas Wu's after it on the right wall. He'll send it off the left wall. It gets by everybody. And on this fresh ice, Justice Christensen is going to slow up maybe a little creative skating to get that icing call. Count on my essay, just right in the loop for a little bit. As Oiring looks to win the draw back, he has some help from Korkish. Christensen the shot. Scores! Owen Korkish tips this one home. Raiders have the lead back. Just 22 seconds into the second period. The bottle's been uncorked. Owen Korkish with his fourth of the playoffs.
Great tip here by Korkish. He just gets right into the top of the slot. Everybody's looking for the pass from Christensen over to the side to Daxon Rudolph. That's where that play is usually going to go. This time, Christensen has the presence of mind. Throw this one towards the goal. Korkish gets a great tip on it. Gets under the pads of Carter Casey.
It was going high. Korkish sent it low, and the Raiders have a 2-1 lead as Orszalak stops it at his crease. After the Raiders had won it a little too clean, the Tigers will pick it back up at center. Here's McCann, who sends this one off a couple of skates and into Raider territory. Christensen's after it behind his net. He'll send it up the right side. Sievertson chopping at it, had his stick lifted, so icing is waved off as it comes to Casey. He'll play it to Väisänen. Väisänen up the wall, and it's going to bounce around. Raiders couldn't touch it as they would have gone too many men. Now here's Stengram down the left side trying to feed it to the middle. Man blocks it. It comes to McCann. He'll fire. That one hit his stick and goes over the glass and out of play. Korkish's goal from Christensen, and Oiring gets the other assist as Heisey lines up for the draw. Right side of the Raider goal. Up against Schaefer Gordon Carroll. Heisey wins it to Barrett. And now here's Mann on the left side. Mann trying to send a pass at the left side. It bobbled off his stick, and now he's in a battle with Cunningham. Cunningham with a sharp angle shot. That one caught iron, it sounded like, but it goes behind the net, and Barrett will play the loose puck again to the left corner. 2 Raiders, 2 Tigers in the pile-up. All in the left side corner here. Everybody else hanging out on the outside. Barrett and Cunningham are still in the pile. Cunningham gets it loose. He'll try and find a lane back to Pickford at the right point. Instead for Gordon Carroll below the goal line. Puck away from him, and now Harvey gets control, finds Heisey. Heisey's pass off the mark. Mann will send it out the left side to center for McKegarty. McKegarty just plays it over center, and the Tigers get control at their own blue line. Here's Wu up the right side. Pickford tips it ahead into Raider territory. Mann gets control and plays it off the glass the other way for the Raiders. And now here's Harvey up the left side with Heisey going to the goal. Harvey fires. Heisey looking for a tip. That's stopped by Casey. The rebound comes from McKegarty on the right wall. He'll shovel it below the goal line for Harvey. Harvey trying to get away from Wu, back towards the right side point, curls away from him. Now it's lost in the skates. Wu had it for a moment, finds Pickford, now Core. Gavin Core out the right side, gains the red line and dumps this one in. Cripps after it against Davidson, right side wall. In the Tigers zone, puck loose to Core, who's quickly poke check to the right wall again. Boychuk trying to jam it up high off the wall out to center. Instead, Muhanen blocks it, and now he's got Evan Smith all over him. Played loose, and the Raiders get control. Kelly quickly finds McKegarty. Now up the left side to center for Cripps, skating into the zone. He'll stop up inside the blue line and backhand one down low. Smith behind the net, gets it loose for Boychuk. He'll walk out front looking for a centering feed. It bounces around. It's beneath Casey somewhere. Play stopped here. Boychuk with a feed for Howe. It bounced around, and Smith probably an inch away from putting that one in the back of the net. This with the angle he shot that. And now a face-off coming to the right side of Casey as Oiring's on the draw versus Basha. So Oiring's unit getting the matchup against the Rucks and Basha quite a bit here tonight. Face-off right side of Casey as they battle for it off the draw, and the Tigers have control. Väisänen left side for Marcus Ruck, who drops it back to Väisänen again, and ahead for Marcus Ruck at center. He'll play it in off the skate of Cripps. Bennett Kelly has it in the right side corner. He'll send it around left side for Oiring. Oiring trying to tip this one out to center and can't. It bounces to the front of the goal. Basha's shot. That one's blocked in front, and it comes to the right wall for Liam Ruck. Back to the right point for Basha. Middle of the blue line for Riley Steen. He'll fire. That's blocked by traffic. Bennett Kelly, the rebound, is cleared out to center. Now here's Väisänen back at his own blue line. VT Väisänen backing up and bringing it left. He'll skate over the left side of the blue line. Now winds up as he gets the red line, and that's patted away by Orszalak. Cripps gets the loose change behind his net for Kelly. A return feed, and Liam Ruck takes away his centering feed, and it comes back to McCann. McCann fires. That's tipped on goal by by Cam Parr in the front of the goal, but the Raiders get it loose, and Doobie's out to center. Braden Doobie trying to get around Wu now. He's forced below the goal line. Doobie's stick is tied up underneath the arm of Wu. Puck comes loose to Coots now. Coots fires from a sharp angle. That's stopped by Casey. Rebound below the goal line, and Coots has it again, trying to get away from Pickford and Wu, but Pickford gets it to Wu, and here comes Newton's out to center. Newton sends it left side for McCann, entering the Raiders zone. From distance, McCann fires off the left wall. That's stopped by Orszalak. There is no rebound. Play is stopped. 3 minutes and 42 seconds removed from this second period. It's 2. As Coots lines up for the draw against Gordon Carroll. And Coots wins it right side for Christensen. He'll skate right now, sends it left for Sarkinov out to center. Sarkinov leading the rush down the left side, fires from distance. Casey makes a save. Rebound swept to the wall by the Tigers, and Christensen crashes in the right side to hold it in. Now it's Muhanen on the left side. He'll play this one ahead for Stangrup. Stangrup played it right to the stick of Severson. He'll try a shot that's blocked by Sarkanov, who couldn't quite pick it up for another attempt, and the Tigers get control. Here's Cunningham on the right side wall. He's forced back into the corner by Sarkanov. Cunningham plays it to an open wing, and Heisey's the first man to it. He'll send it down low. Sarkanov let it go all the way to the left point for Rudolph. Rudolph now fires from distance. That's tipped on by Severson. Great tip, better saved by Casey. Puck loose, it's played to the right side point, held in by Rudolph again. Rudolph gets around Schaefer Gordon Carroll. Now another man. Now Rudolph trying to dance his way in. Fire, save made. And the rebound's picked up by Casey and covered up. Play stopped, and now everybody roughing each as the Tigers get control off the draw. Wu quickly checked to the wall by Royring, and Pickford helps get that loose puck back for the Tigers to Davidson. He'll send it behind his net, right side for Wu once more. Jonas Wu sends it behind his net for Pickford. Doobie watching from one side of the net. Oiring now out towards the blue line a little more. And the feed comes to Wu, now Basha. Basha with speed over the left side. Fires, padded down by Orschlak. It's underneath him, but he's able to cover it up and stop play. Basha with a good shot made Orschlak as Coots is on the draw versus Marcus Ruck. Still 4-on-4 for a minute 35. Puck one back to the middle of the blue line for Pickford. He'll back up and skate left. Fires one wide. Rebound to Wu. He'll try and put it on goal, and he misses wide. And back to Pickford at the left point. He'll send it right side for Wu. Wu holds on to it. Now fires. Orschlak the save. Rebound. Marcus Ruck jamming at it, but Heisey gets it loose. Heisey plays it off the left wall, but Wu holds it into the shot again that goes wide. Marcus Ruck trying to center it. Bladed off the side of the goal. Now it's chopped out to center by Coots as Wu couldn't hold on to it, and the Tigers will go back in their own zone for it. Pickford up the right side, finds Liam Ruck entering the zone again. Now has Marcus Ruck alone in front, and he'll fire one well wide of the goal. And he's looking around like he wanted some kind of call here, but there was nobody even close enough to touch him. Not sure what he was looking for here, and oh boy, that was close to too many men there as the feed comes out to Basha. He'll circle back to his own blue line. And now Basha going to work his way in on the left side, trying to get between the Raiders' defense. Puck knocked off his stick, and it comes to the right side wall. Weissman now trying to get away from Oiring. And now the puck goes around behind the net here. Comes to Brizgalov on the left side. Brizgalov pinned to the wall by Doobie, trying to kick it down low, but Doobie's not letting him. Puck comes loose to Bennett Kelly. Now he'll battle against Basha. Now here's Cripps in his own zone, in the slot. Backs up to the left wall, sends it ahead, back for Oiring. Now ahead for Cripps again. Cripps is out to center, and he'll cross the middle of the blue line. Cripps slows up, lets the play catch up to him, finds Doobie on the right side. Now drop back for Christensen. Christensen down the right side to the right side corner. Didn't like what he had. He'll drop it back for Doobie in the middle of the blue line. He'll back up to the left. Now Doobie stops up, goes back right. He'll send it to Christensen. Christensen, nice move off his back skate. Now turns and fires and sends it wide. And it comes to left point for Cripps. We're back to even strength 5-on-5 as Rudolph and Gordon Carroll come out of the box. Rudolph had the loose puck and couldn't dangle his way in. And now here comes Schaefer Gordon Carroll. Knocked off his stick. Cripps' pass for Rudolph's disrupted by the Tigers. And Pickford will dump this one back in. 2-1 Raiders here, over 13 minutes left in the second period. Here's Christensen, left side for McKegarty. Maddox McKegarty out the right side. Nice pass to Heisey, who's got to step down the right side. Fires! And Jonas Wu got a stick in the lane. Clears it over the glass and out of play. Face-off period as we get set for a face-off left side of Carter Casey in the Tigers zone. Raiders have control as McKegarty spins back on the right wall. Back to the right point. He'll fire one on. Casey will stop that one and cover it up to stop play. And now Heisey wins it back for Barrett on the right side. He'll fire. That hits a stick of Stengrum over the glass and out of play. Sarkanov the game's first goal for the Raiders here. Owen Korkish the other. Face-off again, left side of Casey as Coots lines up for the drop. 3 Raiders come into this game, all operating at over 56% on the face-off circle here. Coots is 56% coming into this game as he's got control. And at the right point, his shot is blocked. The Tigers look to take it out to center. Here's Brizgalov's looking up the left side, and he'll dump this one down low so Davidson can beat the icing call. But he's quickly checked to the wall by Coots, who gets it loose for Sarkanov. His shot, he lost his handle on it. Pickford gets a quick shot away, and that's blocked away by Orschlak out of play. On the draw here versus Andrew Basha. Face off left side of Orschlak. 12:35 left to go in this period here. 2-1 the score for the Raiders. Shots on goal brought to you by our friends at Fresh Air Experience. 24-9 in favor of the Raiders as Oiring wins this one back for Rudolph. He'll send it around behind his net right side for Doobie. He took a funny hop, and Doobie had to sprawl out and chop it out to center. Tigers get control, and Wu plays it in off a stick. Here's Rudolph. Up the right side for Doobie again, but this one took a funny hop off the wall. Pickford trying to dance to the middle, lost his handle on it. Korkish gets it out to center, but Pickford follows back and makes a nice poke check. Now puck loose at center into the skates of Oiring. He'll battle it away from Basha. And now Christensen, boy, everybody's fanning on that puck here as he tried to send it pass ahead. And here comes Liam Ruck down the right side with possession. His pass is disrupted. Pickford settles it down. No, it's knocked off his stick by Oiring. Oiring now has Corkus streaking to the goal. He's got Doobie with him, feeds it to him, and Doobie sent it just wide. Rebound as Corkus tried to send it back out front, but the Tigers take possession. Now Marcus Ruck chops it out to center. Rudolph back forward at the red line. He'll sweep it across for Oiring and back ahead for Doobie. 2-on-1 with McKegarty, who's fresh. Doobie now tries to go across, stick in the lane, knocks it behind the goal. McKegarty settles it down and finds Doobie again. Doobie now tries to turn and fire. That's blocked, and McKegarty has the rebound. They'll go across with each other. Neither man could take the puck, though, as the Tigers knock it up to the blue line. Gordon Carroll gets it out to center, and Bennett Kelly has to turn around for it on the left wall. Bennett Kelly, good work with his skates to hold on to it. He'll send it up the left side for Heisey to center. Heisey dumps this one in on a backhand and goes after it himself against Muhanen. Muhanen gets it loose, but the Tigers play it right to McKegarty. Back to the left point for Kelly now. Kelly fires from distance. That's sticked away by Casey. Muhanen has the rebound on the left wall. He'll play it high in the air, gloved down by Cripps at the right side of the line. Now left side, McKegarty with room to walk in towards the front of the goal. They score! Ben Harvey tips this one in. McKegarty open on the left wall and a great look at the goal. Saw everybody crashing in, put it in front, and Ben Harvey bangs this one home. It's his third of the playoffs.
Just a great shift again by the Raiders on the forecheck, forcing Medicine Hat to try and bank this puck out, and the Raiders do a good job keeping it inside that blue line, get the attack going back the other way. They had some close calls, and the puck seemed like it was a hot potato for both teams, and now we've got some jostling at this face-off at center ice. Parr and Riley Boychuk, so they're going to get a talking to, but you can sense a little bit of frustration again from Medicine Hat as all of a sudden the Raiders have this 2-goal lead.
It's now a 3-1 game for the Prince Albert Raiders. Ben Harvey's third of the playoffs has the Raiders back up by 2 as Lyndon Barrett gets control and dumps this one down low. Casey gets control behind his net. He'll play it, but Boychuk takes away. The Raiders have it. Smith back to the right side line and gets by Barrett. Now he has to hustle. He's got Cam Parr closing in on him. Barrett going around behind his net. No, tries to stop up in the right corner. He's knocked down on the ice. There's a penalty coming to Parr here as he took a couple liberties there on Barrett down on the ice. And Parr seems incensed by the call, but the Raiders are going to the advantage, collision man advantage, while the Art Hauser Center loses its collective mind.
Yeah, the Art Hauser Center likes this call. He knocked Barrett down as they were going into the boards, and everything was good until he got the cross-check right into the backside of Barrett. Right here. There it is on the replay.
I actually think he got away with the first one, but there's a second one coming. That's where the arm went up. And the Raiders, Rudolph on the left. Rudolph going to skate to the middle. Now sends it right side for Coots. Coots going to back up to the blue line, into the middle. Now fires through traffic. That stop. Rebound. It's underneath Casey somewhere. And now they're going to jaw away at it. Where is it? And finally the whistle's blown. Play stopped. It found its way in the back of the net. They're giving Rudolph here a penalty here. He took a late whack at it. And I think Rudolph just got a unsportsmanlike penalty here for putting the puck in the back of the net after the whistle. I never heard the whistle, I'll be honest, but this building was going nuts, so I can't. Well, you can see on the replay, the referee does have his whistle to his lips as Rudolph puts it in, but I don't know how anybody could hear the whistle in this building right now.
I never heard it, and it's amazing how much we can actually hear through our headsets. But, boy, that's a tough call to even things up. So Rudolph into the box for a 2-minute unsportsmanlike, and Ryan McDonald was not happy with that call.
So we'll play 4-on-4 for 1:44 here. And both teams or fan bases right now have some calls they would have liked to seen called and some calls they don't like in this game right now as Christensen gets control in the 4-on-4. He'll cross left with Cripps now. Raiders 4-on-4 unit has Heisey and Coots out front as Coots gets control. He'll send it left side for Heisey. Heisey into the middle. Christensen had to hop over his stick out to center. Cripps will settle it down and finds Christensen again. Ahead for Heisey. Heisey now trying to work his way in on the left side. He'll cut to the middle, fires a shot that's blocked, and now the rebound to Coots. Coots to the middle of the blue line, finds Cripps. Right side Christensen now. Christensen sends this one ahead. Cripps is after it around behind the net. Cripps sends it back towards the left point, and that one's going to find its way back into Raider territory. Christensen has to go back for it in the left corner. Christensen, left side for Coots. Coots blows a tire, and the Tigers have it. Here's Breeze Galoff to the front of the goal. He's stopped by Orshulak. Rebound is covered up too.
Really good recovery there by Orshulak. Unfortunately, he bails Braden Coots out.
Side of Orszalak. Tie up on the draw. Oiring gets it loose for Barrett. Barrett's pass is off the mark as it hit his stick along the way, but Matches Man with a good poke check knocks it out to center. 3-1 Raiders. Here is Basha, circles back at his own blue line. Puck chopped away by Oiring for a moment. Now Basha recollects it, enters the zone. And Basha able to get it away from Doobie. Now his pass off the stick and then off the head of Bryzgalov. Oiring gets it loose and sends it right side for Barrett. Now might have Doobie for a breakaway, but a good pass, or a good block, by Van Mulligan. And the Tigers have possession again at center. Bryzgalov up the left side. Basha tips this one in. And some frustration for the Tigers there, it sounded like, as a stick hit the glass on the line change. Now Barrett sends it down the ice. Oiring tipped this one, so icing's waved off. Here's Pickford in his own zone, curling right. Up the right wall for Schaefer. Gordon Carroll now. Gordon Carroll. Pass along the blue line, taken away, and McKegarty's going to get going on the rush up the left side. Watched by Pickford as he stops up on the left side wall. Now dumps it down low. Harvey's after it below the goal line, but he can't fish it off the wall, and the Tigers get control again. Raiders on the Westview steering and break penalty kill for 7 seconds now. Here's Jonas Wu. Plays it ahead up the right side for Stengram. He's over center now, right side for Parr. Parr trying to enter down the zone. He's checked off the puck by Kelly. Puck loose to Wu as they're back to even strength. Rudolph out of the bench, takes his stick away, rips the stick of Wu, and now battling up the left side to center. Raiders are going to enter offside here. Play stopped. I think the Raider faithful are a little upset Rudolph couldn't get away from Wu there, but I think that was just a good puck battle up the ice. Have Evan Smith ready for the draw. Now his line mates join him as Smith gets set against Caden McCann. And Mike Campbell, the referee, having another word with Daxon Rudolph before this play begins. And the Tigers have control in their own zone as Weissman sends a pass across. Steen lost his handle on it. Boychuk now looking for Rudolph, and Rudolph sends one just wide. Rudolph has the rebound. He'll send it around behind the net. Here's Connor Howe with it now. Howe, broken stick on the play. Evan Smith just had his stick exploded and well behind the play here. As Christensen fires, that's blocked away by Casey. That's where the Smith screen would have been in place, and the player comes out to center. Christensen back at his own blue line. Sends it to the middle for Evan Smith. Back to Christensen as he enters down the left. Christensen, backhand towards the goal. It goes around behind the net. He's still with it on the right side wall. Christensen hassled the whole way and taken down by Steen. Here come the Tigers now. Up the left side is Yaroslav Bryzgalov. Bryzgalov towards the front of the goal for Davidson. That stopped in the corner here. Is still behind the play. Christensen was knocked around in front of his own bench and had to go for a change. Tigers get it back towards the right point for Van Mulligan. He'll send it around behind the net. Davidson trying to get it away from Barrett now. Barrett, he's checked to the wall. They'll battle for it on the right side wall. Bryzgalov gets it loose now. His centering feed's knocked away by Howe. Howe plays it back to the corner. Boychuk has to battle with Bryzgalov again. Bryzgalov wins it for Core. Now Van Mulligan on the right side. Van Mulligan fakes, now fires. That's through traffic and stopped by Orszalak. Rebound picked up by the Tigers. It comes to the slot, and Connor Howe gets control and brings it out to center for Evan Smith now. Smith gains the red line. He'll chip this one in. Casey stops in the right corner here as the Raiders go for a change. Tigers send it out to center. Here's Gavin Core. Poke check from the puck by Sarkinov. Bennett Kelly gets it loose. He'll send it over right side for Cripps and into the air up to center for Sarkinov, who can't settle it down. And the Tigers look to re-enter, but Pickford didn't realize his team was well offside. Play stopped. 6:37 left to go in the second period with with a 3-1 lead for the Raiders as we head to the Smitty's Family Restaurant media timeout. Face off outside the Raider blue line. It's won by the Raiders, and Rudolph finds Christensen out to center. Christensen fires this one. It's sticked away by Casey. Now here's Doobie on the right wall, plays to the front of the goal. Great move by Corkish, rebound, scores! Second bottle gets uncorked. Owen Corkish puts this one in the back of the net. It's 4-1 Raiders. But there's offsetting penalties coming afterwards. Andrew Basha, I saw the slash he threw on Doobie. Basha's going to the box, Doobie's joining him. But how about the work from Owen Corkish on this goal?
Owen Corkish gets in tight on the goaltender Casey and just sticks with the play. A little bit of a poke check there by Casey, and Corkish was able to hang on to the puck. And then he's able to turn, get it onto the forehand, and tuck it upstairs. Great goal for Owen Corkish. This kid has been such a pleasant surprise coming to Raiders this year.
He has been phenomenal, and Owen Corkish with 2 goals tonight has his fifth of the playoffs. It's 4-1 Raiders face off at center as we play more 4-on-4 for the second time tonight. And the Tigers get control. Here's Van Mulligan. Sent up the left side to center for Stengram. He'll try and back up to the blue line. And now left side, Stengram dumps this one in. As the Casey chants erupt here in the Art Hauser Center. There's a big hit from Christensen on Stengrim, but the Tigers maintain possession for a moment. Now Rudolph has control, and he'll send it out to center. Harvey now left side, Heisey. Heisey, great reception now, pass behind the defense. Doobie looking to the front of the goal, but nobody there for it, and the Tigers take control. Here's Schaefer Gordon Carroll. Goes around behind the net. Heisey pokes it away, but Weissman gets control. Up the left side to center for Stengrim now. Stengrim going to bounce it back, and Heisey was offside, but no, the play is going to continue. Tigers get control. Here's Van Mulligan. In his own zone here, I guess Heisey wasn't offside because the Tigers played it back in their own zone. Here's Pickford now trying to escape on the right side. He's checked hard to the wall by Christensen. They'll battle each other for it, and Christensen wins that battle. Sends it right side for Barrett. Barrett now out to center with Sarkinov. Barrett slow over the blue line. Finds Coots now right side Sarkinov. Sarkinov trying to go back to the front of the goal, and the Tigers block it. Davidson takes control, and he'll send it behind his net for Coots. Pardon me, Pickford. Coots in chase here as Pickford sends it right side for Brizgalov. Still 4-on-4 for 44 more seconds here. Great pass up to center for Wu. Wu stops up on the right side face-off circle. His pass to the middle, taken away, and Sarkinov sends it up the left side for Coots now. Coots has one guy to beat in Riley Steen. Coots going to try and drive around the left side to the front of the goal, and poke check there by the goaltender Casey. Coots didn't like that he didn't get a call on that play as well. McCann gets control for the Tigers, and they'll bring it out the left side. Coots trying to draw a penalty from the defender here as it's sent up the wall. Cripps gets control from the Tigers, and now McKegarty carries it over center. He's got Oiring with him. He'll feed it right side. Oiring with some space down the right side. Now stops and fires. Casey, the save off his mask. Here's McKegarty. Right side point for Cripps. Cripps gets around McCann, now finds Oiring on the right side, going to the blue line. Oiring now trying to cut left. Oiring doesn't have a lane. Now he'll take it to the left wall and curl back here as we return to 5-on-5. Doobie and Basha both out of the box. Oiring finds Doobie exiting the box, but Doobie had it quickly stripped, and the Tigers take control. Sent left side, here's Weissman. Ahead for Basha at the left side of center. It's 4-1 Raiders closing in on the final 4 minutes. And Oiring knocked down Basha. They're going to call it a trip. And the Art Hauser Center is going to let the officials know what they think of that call as Oiring goes for 2.
We're looking for some consistency in the calls. There's been some that have been missed, and then there's some that get called, and you're trying to figure out what's going on here. Actually, this play here, he did not get the stick into the feet.
I mean, if you call it a cross-check, like I can maybe understand, but I don't get it. Raiders on the Westview Stringer break penalty kill. Rudolph gets it off the draw and clears it down the ice. I will say, though, at least it's been consistently bad both sides. Tigers get control. Here's Pickford bringing it up the right side to the blue line. He'll drop it back for Basha. Basha up to the right side of his blue line, now cutting left. Now sends it to the left side wall for Marcus Ruck. Basha out front here for Wu, trying to dance in. And Orsulak got a piece of it, and just enough to keep it out. And Harvey on the rebound, smart to look up ice and then clear it through the middle.
And Wu took a big hit at the end of this play, though, finishing it off in behind.
Pickford a pass up to center for Liam Ruck on the right side. He's ahead with brother Marcus. Liam thought his pass was going to find Wu sneaking in, who went away from it, and now they'll battle for it at the blue line. Barrett chops it out to center, and now Wu gets control at his own blue line. Chased by Evan Smith. And Wu had a puck knocked off his stick by Smith. Smith's stick taken away by Wu. Smith clears it down the ice with his skate, and the Tigers will take control in their own zone. It's the second time I've seen Wu take a stick away here tonight as Weissman gets control. I think the other one was Doobie in the corner, although I don't think he actually ripped it out of his hands, but still. Here comes Basha through the middle of the blue line, now cutting left. He'll send it over right side for Liam Ruck. Liam Ruck going to drop it back for Weissman. Into the middle of the blue line for Brizgalov now. Brizgalov up the left wall for Basha. Basha's shot, that's blocked by Barrett. Rebound Evan Smith had for a moment, but the Tigers get it loose. Barrett with a good poke check on Van Mulligan, gets it back to the blue line. Held in, and Weissman sends it right side for Van Mulligan once more. Van Mulligan down the right wall, leaves it in the corner right side for Basha. Back to the blue line. Here's Weissman in the middle. He'll fire a shot. That's gloved down by Orsulak. They were looking to bounce it off the back wall, and Orsulak has had enough with a glove. Great Orsulak as Coots is on the draw versus Davidson. Coots wins it back clean. Still 20 seconds to kill for the Raiders as Rudolph and Christensen go after it behind the net. Puck finds its way to Korkish, who gets the clear. Casey has it behind his net. Picked up by Pickford. He'll bring it around the right side. Watched by Coots as Pickford gets the wheels going over center. Trying to get his way around Christensen, but Korkish with a good poke check. Orsulak plays it out to center, and Oiring almost had a breakaway, but it just missed him. He'll pick it up in the corner. No, he'll blow a tire as he goes after it in the corner, but still on his stomach, gets it back. He'll play it back to the left point for Rudolph now. Rudolph waits as he walks in on the right side. Now fires on goal, tipped by one of the defenders. Wrap around from Christensen, finds Doobie now. Doobie fires! That hit a body wide. Oiring picks up the loose puck behind the goal, trying to get it away from Steen. Right side Kelly, left side Christensen. Christensen. Christensen back to Kelly on the right. Kelly fires. That's blocked away by Casey. The rebound picked up at the blue line by Sarkinov. Sent around behind the net. Wu with control now. He'll send this one ahead and play stopped. Riley Steen and Aiden Oiring are going to go to the box here for offsetting penalties.
Well, Aiden Oiring was just grabbing the stick from Steen because Steen just continued to cross-check him, and finally Oiring said, well, I'm just going to hang on to the stick, and you're not able to cross-check me when you do that. But they're both going to pick up offsetting minors, and he's been a thorn on the side of the Raiders. He's taken a lot of late hits early on in this game and was a factor, obviously, on one of the Medicine Hat Tiger goals as well.
It's 4-1 Raiders with a minute 31 left to go in this second period. Tigers zone. Heisey and McCann on the draw. Heisey wins it back. Left side Cripps. Now over left side Bennett Kelly. Kelly driving away from Van Mulligan into the corner. He'll leave it along the wall for Heisey. Heisey trying to get the cycle going. He'll pick it back into the corner. Heisey around behind the net, forces Heisey away as he uses the net to get some separation. Back to Cripps at the right point, who backs his way out to center, and he'll give it left side for Bennett Kelly. Kelly at his own blue line, leaves it for Cripps. He'll leave it for Heisey. Heisey trying to enter through the middle, cuts right now. Heisey centering feed comes to Harvey, who couldn't get it to his forehand for the shot. Tigers take it away, and here comes McCann up to center, but a stick lift there from Heisey. And now puck loose, and Harvey gets control. Harvey ahead for Bennett Kelly on the right side, who lost it in his own skates. Tigers take it away, but Weissman's pass is off the mark, and Orschelak will send it out the left side to center from Heisey as the Tigers interchange. Heisey finds Harvey. Harvey in alone. He's stopped by Casey. Now here's Wu up the left side. Right side for Pickford. 36 seconds left in the second period. Bryce Pickford over the line. Left side for Core. Core sends it right side for Schaefer Gordon Carroll. He'll dump it down low. Core's in after it on the left wall. Tried to put a reverse check there on Coots, who just walked around him and took the loose puck. Sends it around behind the net. Now here's Barrett on the left side. Barrett stops up in the left corner. Pass ahead, finds Coots now. Coots 2-on-2 with Braden Doobie. Boy, we've been wanting to see this. Coots sends it left side for Doobie. Now Doobie fires, glove down by Casey. 9.6 remaining in this second period. Still 4-on-4 for another third. Off the draw, puck bounces to the front of the Tigers' goal, and the Tigers have control out to center. Feed intended for Bashaw on the breakaway, taken away. Orschelak comes out of his net to play it again. Puck loose, and here's Evan Smith with it. That'll do it for the second period. A big one for the Raiders as they take a 4-1 lead. Shots on goal, 34-15 in favor of the Raiders.
Shots on goal.
Bashaw opening faceoff, brought to you by our friends at Big Wings. Puck is down, the Tigers have control, and we're underway in the third period. Here's Jonas Wu. He'll send it right side for Pickford. Pickford going to back up and now swing around left side. Drops it back for Basha. He'll bring it over the blue line. Now left side for Brizgalov, who dumps this one in. Tigers are offside as a result, so Christensen has some time and space to find Heisey up the left side. Heisey streaking now as he tries to cut through the middle. Puck bouncing around in the air, and I think Christensen actually took down Heisey with that as he tried to settle the puck down. Puck going to get swatted out to center just as Oiring and Steen are both leaving the box. Rudolph plays it into Tiger territory, but the Raiders are offside, so the Tigers have time to get it out over their blue line. Here's Wu trying to get away from Harvey. Jonas Wu over the right side of the blue line. He'll play it along the wall and around behind the net. Liam Ruck's stick lifted, so it comes back to left point from Juhanen. He'll dump this one down low. Rudolph's after it on the left wall. He'll try and shovel it ahead, but it comes back to Rudolph. He'll send it to the right corner for Christensen. He'll flip this one in the air out to center. Tigers get control. Here's Van Mulligan, now left side from Juhanen. Juhanen sends this one ahead. It gets by Liam Ruck down the ice. Icing the call as Barrett touches up. Play stop behind him. Sarkinov in the slot. Barrett out left wide. And man on the right side wall on the right point. Tigers, though, look like they have the draw. Van Mulligan comes in and takes control. He'll send it behind his net. It comes loose to the point. Here's Sarkinov spending one on goal, but that's blocked by the skates of Coots. Coots on the right wall sends it down low, and the Tigers have it. Here's Noah Davidson. Sends it ahead up the left side for Marcus Ruck. He's poke checked at center by Barrett. Now Sievertson gets it loose. He'll play it into the zone. Coots gets it to Sarkinov, who tries to jam it on goal. 2 attempts, and both blocked by, I believe, Weissenen. Tigers get it out to center. It's Marcus Ruck who flips it in from the red line. Man's after it around it behind his net. Swings it around right side for Sievertson. Sievertson trying to jam this one out. Man gets it loose. He'll send it back into the corner. Now here's Sievertson on the right side wall. No, the Tigers get it loose. Here's Newton's trying to drag his way to the wall. And play stopped as the puck skitters to the goal and is covered up by Orschelak. Play stopped and lines up for the draw against Heisey, right side of Orschelak. McCann wins it. Parr now left side point for Wu. Wu skates up the left wall, drops it back to the point for Parr. He'll fire through traffic, they score! Ethan Newton's on the right side of the goal. It bounces in off him. And he's got a mouthful of words for the Raider faithful here as they celebrate in the corner and go for this flyby, but the Tigers are back within 2.
Yeah, they're back to within 2, and this is just one of those shots that gets bouncing around in the feet, unfortunately, and the last touch on this one was Newton. I don't think he got it. He never got a stick on it. It just went off of his skate into the back of the Raider goal, and the Raiders are going to have to just regroup with that goal being scored, and Medicine Hat getting now back to within 2.
I have it as Newton's from Parr and Wu. Tigers get control of the draw at center as Steen dumps this one in. Here's Stengram, right side corner of Orshilak. Puck poked loose, Bennett Kelly battling forward on the right side wall. He's got Cunningham pinning him to the wall. Tigers get it loose, Schaefer Gordon Carroll on the left side wall trying to get away from Heisey. Puts one towards the goal, that's blocked by Bennett Kelly down on one knee. Puck loose to that same wall again, and Stengram sends it around behind the net. Comes over to the opposite side now. Here's Bennett Kelly. Left side wall for the Raiders. Out to center. McKegarty had his stick tied up, trying to tip it over center. So there's no icing as Weissman picks it up. He'll send it ahead. Stengram on the right side wall. Flipped into the air, opposite direction now for Cunningham trying to dump it in. He'll send this one down low. Rudolph has control around behind his net. Rudolph hard out to center looking for a tip from Harvey. I don't think he got one though. And it is an icing call and a face-off coming back into Raider territory. Smith off the draw, gets control for Christensen. He'll play it off the glass up to Wu, who jets out to center, and now the Raiders have control. Evan Smith dumps this one in. Pickford's after it in his own zone. He'll take a hit from Smith as he plays it up the left wall. Breeze Galov dropped it back. Now Bash out the right side to center for Core. Core's over the right side line, in towards the middle. Breeze Galov, now right side Wu, takes a quick look, now walks in, and his shot blocked, rebound, and Rudolph sends it to the wall. Breeze Galov holds onto it at the right point. Now Gavin Core's shot, that one blocked by a body in front. Pickford in the left side corner, spins one towards the goal. Rudolph blocks it. He'll send it around behind his net, left side for Christensen. Christensen thought about playing it up the left wall, now curls and sends it right side for Rudolph, and out to center for Boychuk. Boychuk's over the right side of the line. He'll dump this one down low. Connor Howe's in on the attack here, sandwiched by a couple of the Tigers, but Connor Howe, he's not going to let that puck go just without a battle. Tigers are able to win it away with the third man in. It's Davidson who gets it ahead, but his pass is knocked away by Oiring back into Tiger territory. Wu picks it up now. Wu brings this one down the right side. Toe drag, fire, that's patted away by Orshilak. Rebound by Oiring, played to the wall. Ruck holds it in, and now here's Davidson trying to get a free in the corner. Davidson below the goal line, now right side from Liam Ruck. One-timer sent wide on a sharp angle shot. Back out to center into the Tiger blue line. Still 4-2 Raiders, pardon me, as Liam Ruck gets control at center. Knocked off his stick to McCann. Now Liam Ruck dumps it back in. Orshilak behind his net, sends it right side for Lyndon Barrett. Out to center, Korkish battling with Weissman. Weissman wins that battle and sends it on goal from center. Tigers touch up as they were offside. Now Barrett in the right side corner sends it ahead. Doobie knocks it down, and Doobie's going to get wide. One man has the speed going now, trying to cut through a couple. Doobie driving on the goal now, wrapping it around behind the net. Didn't have a chance to put it on. He'll find it back to the right point for Cripps. Cripps looks to the goal, fires, trying to get it through Parr, who kneels down and blocks that one and plays it ahead for Newtons. Newtons is out to center now. Newton's centering feed, and that one knocked away by Cripps. Tigers are offside. Here's Bennett Kelly, gets control and runs into his own man in Korkish, but Cripps saw that coming and takes the puck away. Right side Bennett Kelly now. Kelly gets up to the right side of the red line, but Hasselden couldn't dump this one in clean. He'll get control at the right side of the blue line and bring it in again. Now Kelly fires, looking for his first of the playoffs. He's denied by the blocker of Casey. Now here's Schaefer Gordon Carroll. Jams it out to center. Heisey sends it right back in. Raiders touch up as the Tigers go back for it. Casey behind his net. Sends it around left side. Stengram's after it. And he'll play it into the air. Schaefer Gordon Carroll gets it out to center. Raiders regather it. Christensen dumps it in from the left. Behind that, Casey has control. Sent into the skates of Steen. Now here's Schaefer Gordon Carroll. Played over left side wall for Stengram. Stengram going to flip it high into the air. Now there's a race for it between Christensen and Wu. Wu wins the battle, but he can't get the shot through as Orshilak pads him down to wait. Christensen's going to get called for slashing on the play, and the Raiders are heading to the Westview Steering and Break penalty kill. And Basha will win it back to the left point for Wu. Wu from the left point, going to skate into the middle. Leaves it on the left wall for Liam Ruck. They go back and forth with it. Liam Ruck up ahead for Marcus on the goal line now. Marcus Ruck waiting to see if Orshilak would pop off the post. He didn't. Puck comes loose in the goal line, and now Oiring has control, and he'll bring it out to center. Plays it through the wickets of Wu. Wu gets control. Raider faithful trying to maybe draw an interference call, but I don't think they're going to get one on that one. Now here's Wu trying to bring this one ahead out to center. He'll drop it back for Liam Ruck. Liam Ruck over the red line, trying to skate in on the left side. His pass over towards the left wall for Pickford, and they'll battle for it between Pickford and Barrett in that pile. 3 Tigers, 2 Raiders in, digging in the right side corner. Puck loose, and it comes back to left point for Wu. Wu fires from distance. That's stopped by traffic in front, as I think Basha was trying to tip this one through, but it stayed away from Orszalak. It's cleared out to center by McKegarty, but the Tigers get to possession. They're back in on the attack. Basha down the left side. Check to the wall by McKegarty. Puck loose, and Marcus Ruck has control. Wide open right side. Väisänen sent one on goal, and Orszalak stares that one down and sends it over the glass.
Really good.
No, they do not, and they've got the power play opportunity with 13:25 left in the third. Oiring on the draw versus Basha. And off the draw, the Raiders get control. Oiring wins it for Rudolph. Rudolph out from behind his net on the right side. Skates up to the blue line. Hauled down. No call, but the puck loose to Oiring out the left side to center. He's got Heisey going to the goal. Feeds it in front. Heisey on the backhand. It's between the legs of Casey. Play stopped here, but is the net knocked off its moorings? Yes, it is. I don't think it ever crossed the goal line. But a great chance there after a missed tripping call on Daxon Rudolph. Oiring escapes out to center on a great 2-on-1 with Heisey.
What a...
On the draw, plays this one into the corner. Pickford drops it below the goal line for Wu. Here's Wu out the left side. And he'll drop this one back for Stengram. Stengram now over center, left side for Bryzgalov as they enter the zone. Back ahead for Stengram. He'll hammer it behind the net, back to the right point for Pickford. Pickford set up on the right side point. 20 seconds left on the Tigers power play. Stengram left side for Wu now. Wu to the middle, now right side. Bryzgalov, a one-timer, elbowed away by Orszalak. Rebound comes to Pickford on the left. He'll play it back to left point. Stengram into the middle. Wu just had to chop it away from Harvey, otherwise Harvey was gone. Here's Stengram, back to Wu now. Man in front is McCann. Here's Wu, right side Bryzgalov, cross-ice feed for Pickford, back to even strength. Pickford fires it, stopped by Orszalak. Christensen's back on the ice. He'll check Stengram off the puck. They'll battle for it at the blue line. Stengram's able to hold it in for a moment, but Rudolph gets it back and out to center. Pass down the ice. Heisey's the first man to it, so Casey comes out of his net and sends it around the opposite way. And now Harvey trying to hold it in at the blue line, and just did for a moment now. Still battling for it with Stengram. Has some help from Doobie, who settles it down for the Raiders and dumps it in. Tigers have control in their own zone as Pickford goes back for it. He's chased by Doobie. Pickford played it loose for Davidson, who has Oiring all over him now. Oiring trying to get it loose. Tigers with an extra man in. Väisänen plays it off the glass, and Barrett holds it in at the right point. He'll turn and fire. Blockered high in the air by Casey, and this one stays in play on the left wall. Korkish, who has 2 tonight, had it for a moment. Tigers get it loose, and Newton sends it out to center. Man at the red line, played it ahead. Oh, that's close to too many men there. Steen kept 1 foot there on the bench, and I think that's what the difference is. Väisänen slapped that one right into Barrett, who eats that one. Gets it to Doobie, now ahead for Oiring, who dumps it in. Väisänen's after it in his own zone. Tigers get control here, and it's sent over left side for Steen. Riley Steen ahead out to center. Cripps gets control at his blue line. Now left side for Christensen. Back to Cripps on the right. Cripps off the right side wall. Ahead for Smith, who dumps this one in. Took a bit of a funny hop off the stanchion wall there, but Boychuk gets it loose behind the net. He'll walk out in front on the backhand. Tried to tuck it in on the short side. Now finds Cripps a one-timer. Where is it? It's behind Casey. It's loose. Back to the point. Christensen fires. It's blocked as well. And out to center. 9 minutes gone in this period. Raiders still with a 2-goal lead as Cripps dumps it in. Here's Schaefer Gordon Carroll. Knocked out of the air from him by Howe. Now Howe poked it into the middle. Tigers take control. Here's Cunningham out to center. Cunningham gains the right side of the red line and dumps it in. Schaefer Gordon Carroll tips it in off the wall. Now here's Cunningham to the shot. That stop, rebound, they score! Josh Van Mulligan on the rebound. Orszalak made the initial save and got a piece of this one. But it gets across, and Van Mulligan has brought the Tigers back to within 1.
Yeah, Orszalak definitely made the first save, and it goes right across onto the stick, and Van Mulligan is able to bury this one, and all of a sudden we've got ourselves a game once again. Shots on goal, 38-22 in total in favor of the Prince Albert Raiders, so it has been 8 shots to 4 in this period by the Medicine Hat Tigers.
And so it is a 1-goal game here. 10:41 left to go in this period. As Coots lines up for the draw against Basha. Coots wins it, and the Raiders will dump this one into Tiger territory. It's going to come right to Casey. Casey lost his handle on it. Coots got a whack at it and knocked the rebound loose as well. Coots in the corner now, trying to get away from Muhudin. Tigers take it away. Muhudin plays it off the right wall out to center. Core knocks it down, gets it to Basha. Basha gives it to the left side for Bryzgalov now. Yaroslav Bryzgalov down to the left corner, sends it around right side for Davidson. Cross-ice feed, it comes to Wu on the left side. Wu backing up, sends it around behind the goal. Pickford with a good stick gets it away from Bryzgalov, and Sievertson has time and space in the right side corner to get control. He'll send it ahead for Sarkinov, who chops it out to center. Pickford corrals it at his own blue line. Either fakes or fans on the pass and sends it ahead out to center. Here's Mann, now right side Barrett. Barrett up to the right side of center, plays this one in off Sievertson. Now the Tigers have control as Pickford takes it in front of his net, sends it left side Wu, now left side Marcus Ruck. Marcus Ruck stays at his own blue line, now sends it out the right side for Pickford. He'll dump this one in off the blocker of Orszalak. Play stopped as we head to the Smitty's Family Restaurant media timeout. 9:40 left to go in this.
Tigers right now.
10:20 gone in the third period as Oiring lines up for the draw against Davidson. Oiring wins it left side corner for Christensen. Christensen spins away from Liam Ruck and now backhands it up the left wall. Corkish jams it out to center. Jonas will be the first man to it, and he'll play it loose for Noah Davidson. Davidson out the right side to center, and Marcus Ruck will dump this one in. Rudolph's after it in his own zone. Rudolph plays it behind his net for Corkish. Corkish escapes out the right side of the net, sends it right side for Christensen and ahead for Oiring out center. Now here's Doobie is sneaking in on the right side. Doobie curls along the wall, now plays it down low for Oiring. He'll go around behind the net. Back to the left point for Rudolph. Rudolph now fires from the middle of the blue line. That one goes wide. Rebound to Doobie, and the net knocked off its moorings. Play stopped here, and that's got to be a penalty against the Tigers, I think, because I don't think anybody else even came close to touching the net there.
Boy, that net popped off, and
what even happened there?
Not even. Looks like after Casey had jumped up, and then I think he comes down, tries to get himself back into.
Oh boy! I don't know.
Puts the shoulder right into that post.
There is nobody even close to him at that opportunity as that puck was coming to the front of the goal for Corkish. But nothing called with 9:05 left. Heisey's on the draw. Here's McKegarty back to the right point for Cripps. Cripps going to send this one down low around behind the net. McKegarty knocked down. Wu gets control of the puck, and he'll skate out to center. Here's Marcus Ruck now. Right side for Liam. Liam dumps it in. Orszalak will stop it. He'll send it right side for Cripps. Cripps up the right side for Heisey. Heisey's over the right side of the line. Now dumps this one in. Harvey's in after it. Riley Steen's there first for the Tigers. He'll escape out the right side and skates it all the way up to the red line before McKegarty checks him off the puck. McKegarty trying to get it loose on that left side, but the Tigers outnumber him. Newtons dumps this one in and breaks a stick on Heisey. And now they'll battle for it below the Raider goal. Here as Parr gets control. Cam Parr back to the right side line from Yuhanen. He has to take it to the right side wall. Bennett Kelly pokes it out to center. And the Tigers are back for it at their own blue line. Here's Parr, left side for Weissman now. He'll skate up and dump this one in. Glove down by Orszalak. He'll cover it up and stop play. Eighth than about the quick temperature change in the Art Hauser Center in Prince Albert over the last week. I don't know. Tigers get control and dump it in. Mann's after it on the left side. And he'll leave it there for Coots, who goes around behind the net out the right side. Now going to curl in the corner to try and find some space. Coots pass ahead up the right side to center for Sievertson. Poke check back into the Raiders zone. Puck comes back to Coots, now right side Sarkinov as he enters. Sarkinov would have been offside. Sievertson gets control and dumps it in. Coots has to touch up as the Tigers get control. Here's Schaefer Gordon Carroll. Up the right side to center. Pass ahead into the Raiders zone, misses a couple of the marks, and now Gordon Carroll and Mann will battle each other left side corner. Puck loose to Core, he'll go around behind the net. Gavin Core back to left side line. Here's Weissman, a shot. That's blocked by Sievertson. It comes loose to Mattress Man. He'll flip it in the air, but Basha catches it. Now Basha trying to go in the left side. Nice diving poke check there by Barrett. Gets the puck loose, but the Tigers maintain possession. Van Mulligan from the right trying to get a tip on goal. That's stopped though, and Oiring will play it off the wall. Held in by Van Mulligan, who dumps it down low again. Barrett's after it on the right wall. He'll golf swinging this one ahead. Sievertson in a battle and can't get it out. Tigers hold it in. Mann's after it behind his net on the left side. Played ahead, this one going towards the Tigers bench as they were finishing a change, but it's not going to matter. It's an icing call, and the face-off coming back into Raider territory. 6:58 left to go in this third period. Good news is Raiders will get the Smitty's Family Restaurant media time. Heading into the final 6:58 of the third period here on Brant Raider Radio 900 CKBI. Face off to the right side of the Raider goal. It's won by the Raiders, played off the glass by Barrett and down the ice, and this one's got some English on it, but it's going to curl away from the goal. It'll be an icing call again, and the Raiders will have that tired unit on the ice once more for another face-off. Up against Davidson, right side of the Raider goal. Oiring wins it to Barrett again. Barrett this time goes for a pass directly to Sievertson, but Wu takes it away. Wu's pass hits a body in front, and the Tigers maintain possession. Davidson back for Pickford, a one-timer that's blocked wide by Barrett. Rebound sent to the front of the goal. Wu walks away at it. It's still loose. Sievertson pokes it away, and he'll swat it out to center.
Oh, that was close. That puck just bounced a little bit, and Sievertson was able to get a handle on it.
Pickford sends this one down the ice. I don't know if Liam Ruck got a touch on it. He did not, and so it's an icing call the other direction
to look and gives, it obviously strengthens another line, throwing Bashaw onto it.
Face off right side of Goodson, and they don't drop the puck fairly here, so we're going to have to reset, I believe. Probably could have put a second or two back on the Tigers. Get it loose. Here's Wu. Looking out the right side, plays it off the glass. It finds its way back to the Raider blue line. Christensen's there for it. His pass ahead for Doobie. He's got Oiring going to the front of the goal. Doobie puts it towards the goal, hits a stick and goes wide. Doobie after the rebound on the left wall, stapled to the wall by Väisänen. McCann trying to escape the zone, but Oiring's all over him. Tigers get it out to center. Newton's with it now. He tried to dump it in, but fanned on it. Christensen settles it and finds Rudolph on the right side. Rudolph up the left side for Korkish now, escaping out to center. Puck bounces away from him, and now there's a race for it back into Raider territory as McCann gets control. McCann poke check by Cripps. Sent over right side. Doobie gets control. Now left side Rudolph. Rudolph at the end of his shift gains the left side of the red line and dumps it in. Van Mulligan's after it behind his net. Taken away. Here's Heisey now. Heisey out front. Here's a one-timer from McKegarty. Rebound to put it on. It's loose to Casey. Get that? I think he did. Oh my, Carter Casey diving behind him. Gets it in the glove. Play stop. 5:38 left to go.
Well, Medicine Hat Tigers dodging a bullet there. Is all
draw now. Here's Cripps from the right point. That's tipped by a defender. Rebound. Harvey's blocked as well. Harvey now trying to get it loose from Pickford. Puck loose, and Gavin Core is going to skate out the right side. He'll look for Basha in the middle instead. He'll dump it up the right side. Basha on the forecheck against Cripps now. Cripps goes behind his net, sends it right side for Heisey. Ahead for Harvey. Harvey spins it off the right wall. Wu got a knock on it out of the air, so icing waved off as Pickford's back for it. He'll play it ahead. Breeze Galloff takes it back in his own zone. Right side for Pickford. Back left for Wu. One goal game for the Raiders here as Wu sends it ahead. Basha couldn't settle it, and it's back out to center. McKegarty couldn't settle it either. Tigers get control again. Väisänen now right side Van Mulligan. Back to the middle for Väisänen. Väisänen right side Van Mulligan. Van Mulligan dumps this one in, sticked over the glass and out of play by Orszalak. 4:51 left to go in this third period.
Gordon Schaefer-Carroll out for this face-off against Oiring.
Oiring on the draw. And the puck loose. Korkish gets control. He'll jam it off the left wall, trying to get it around Pickford. Pickford lost his handle on it, right back to Mann, and Mann dumps this one in for the Raiders as he gains the red line. Tigers have control as Wu goes around behind his net, hassled by Doobie. Now Pickford has control behind the net. And puck sent out to center. Cunningham gets control for the Tigers now, trying to escape from Korkish over center. Cunningham dumps this one in. Barrett's in after it. Right side corner. He'll send it back up the right wall. Oiring's there, and he'll knock it out to center. Tigers get it back at their blue line. Noah Davidson back for it. Davidson trying to cut around Korkish now. Davidson up to the red line. Up to the Raider blue. Sends it right side for Marcus Ruck. Down low for Davidson now. Davidson forced to the wall by Barrett. Plays it behind the net from Liam Ruck. Now out front for Marcus. It jammed on goal. Save made. Rebound. Bouncing around, and Severson got a whack at it. First attempt, was from Davidson. Marcus Ruck had a look at the rebound but couldn't put it through. Now here's Väisänen. He'll dump this one in. Goes around behind the net, right side for Barrett. He'll send it around left side for Sarkinov now. Sarkinov flips this one ahead. Coots couldn't take this one out to center, but Wu brought it back in offside. Play stopped. 3:50 left to go in this third period. Raiders still up 4-3 here, but
at the Raider blue line.
Off the draw, Tigers get control, and Parr dumps this one in. Here's Rudolph. He'll skate behind his net right side. Christensen's after it now. Gives it to Coots. Coots back to the left side for Rudolph. Rudolph looks ahead, puts it off the glass on the left wall. Pickford couldn't quite hold the line. Sarkinov gets it out to center for Coots, but he can't follow it up. Tigers get it back to the red line. Sarkinov gets control, dumps this one in, and throws a reverse hit on Newtons for his efforts. Here's Wu in his own zone. Left corner now, right corner for Pickford. Slow and methodical out to center. He'll send it left side for Wu. Wu going to bring it up to the red line now as he starts to get the wheels going. Now weaving his way in as he drops back. Sends it towards the goal. It hit a stick and goes wide. Rudolph gets control and a head out to center, and now McKegarty is after it here. Maybe a breakaway feed that just missed the mark, and McKegarty has it in the corner. He's checked hard to the wall, but he gets around the check. McCann takes the puck away though, and he'll flip this one out to center for the Tigers. Cripps is back for it in his own zone. Left side now, right side Christensen. He'll send it ahead. Breeze Galloff stops this at the red line. Now sends it to Basha on the right. Basha, he'll fire. That's off the stick of Cripps over the glass. Out of play. 2-4.
Wow, that's quite a move here by Willie Desjardins.
I'm surprised with the momentum the Tigers have had that he wouldn't rely on his 5-on-5 group as Oiring and McCann line up for the draw. Oiring wins it back clean. Cripps will clear it around the right side. Doobie gets a piece of it, but I don't think slowed it down enough. It's down the ice, and it's an icing call. And another face-off coming in Raider territory here. 2:39 left to go in this game here, but maybe McCann, right side of Orszalak. Oiring wins it again into the corner. Cripps, right side, pinned to the wall by Wu. Puck comes free out to the front of the goal. Corkish has it. He's got to look at the empty net. Scores! Uncork the bottle and toss the hats. Owen Corkish has his first career WHL hat trick as he hits the empty net from his own zone.
Empty net or not, what a great goal for Owen Corkish. He's part of the defensive mindset of this Prince Albert Raiders hockey team, and this is just a great job. He picks up the puck in the middle of the zone of the Prince Albert Raiders end, and he just looked right up ice and throws this one right into the center of the net.
Tigers had one too many men down low, looking to battle for that puck. And when they sent it out front, I think the man they were looking for was in the battle down low. Corkish took it away clean, got his head up and hit the center of that net from the other end. Owen Corkish has his 6th of the playoffs and his first career WHL hat trick to seal the deal here in Game 5. At least it looks like it. About 2 minutes left here. And now let's turn things over to PA announcer Rob Lindsay. (17:29). Owen Corkish has hit the empty net. And the Raiders have a 3-goal lead once again. Tigers have control, though. And they'll get it back to their own blue line, and it looks like Casey's going to join the rush here. As Weissman dumps it in. Orschlak stops it. He might go for the goalie. He's going for it. And it's going to miss just wide right, but not by much.
Oh, what a great chance there for Orschlak. That's fantastic. He is so aggressive with the puck, and he looks right up ice. I'll tell you what, this place would have exploded.
I might have jumped out of the booth. Oh, he didn't. He missed that by less than a foot.
Medicine Hat knew it right away. As soon as it got onto his stick, they were on their way back chasing it.
Heisey's on the draw against McCann. Face-off right side of Orschlak, won by the Raiders. Net still empty at the other end here. The Raiders with a 3-goal lead as Cripps sends it left side for McKegarty. Now Heisey up to his blue line, ahead for Harvey, and it just hopped over Harvey's stick as he was walking in on a breakaway on that empty net goal. Instead, he's in the corner and spun around, and all right, sure, let's not call that, as this is sent ahead for Liam Ruck. That was about as obvious a hold as it could have been. Here's Basha now. Sent left side for Liam Ruck. He'll drop it back to left point for Pickford. Sent around behind the net. Now here's Marcus Ruck on the right side. Now Basha. Back to Marcus Ruck. Back to the right point. Woo, a one-timer that stopped. Orschlak has it in front of him. And he'll cover it up and stop play with 1:39 still remaining.
Oh, Ben Harvey's going to be kicking himself a little bit. He just couldn't get a handle on that puck.
Oiring on the draw. Up against Gordon Carroll. Yeah, that one still trips me up a little bit too. Off the draw, Oiring wins it for Christensen. He'll send it around left side. It gets by the Tigers defense down the ice. And they were close enough to touch it, so icing waved off. Doobie wraps it around. He scores! It's 6-3 Raiders.
And that seals the deal now for the Prince Albert Raiders. Minute 29 remaining in this game, and the Raiders out in front by 3. Pulled goalie Willie Desjardins trying to throw everything at the Prince Albert Raiders, and I'm still a little surprised that he pulled the goalie that early.
I did think it was a little early, especially with the momentum that they had. And now all of a sudden, any momentum the Tigers had has become life in the Art Hauser Center. Evan Smith on the draw versus Noah Davidson. And off the draw, Tigers had it for a moment, but Boychuk pokes it away, and now Howe will dump it in up the left side as he battles with Stengrim for it. Howe trying to work it off the wall. Comes to the left point, and Mann will hold it in. Sent around behind the net, Weissman. Him and Evan Smith collide, and there's a penalty coming here as the Tigers tried to play it out, and I think the Tigers are going to get the penalty here. Play stopped, it's a slashing call. I didn't see who this went to. I'm not sure who technically had possession last when they blew the whistle here. But it is the Tigers. VT Weissman going to the box.
Yeah, Weissman pushed by Medicine Hat though in this third period. There's no doubt.
6-3 lead. Raiders heading to the advantage collision man advantage. And they're going to go without a power play unit. It's Evan Smith on the draw. It's Smitty and the kids. Boychuk, Howe out there as well. Telly and Barrett are the defensemen. Raiders have control. Here's Howe on the right wall. Oh, he had a great feed across for Boychuk, but a better stick between the slot there for the Tigers. Boychuk back to the right side point for Barrett now. Barrett now left side. Boychuk, a sharp angle one-timer. Casey will make the stop on that one and cover it up. Last minute of play brought to you by our friends at Mr. Mike's. 52.3 left to go in this third period. Evan Smith left side for Boychuk, who holds on to it. Now drags and fires. And that's stopped by Casey. Play stopped. And little shot for the Raiders till the end of this game unless they score one here as the puck comes out to center. Bennett Kelly corrals it and finds Barrett. Barrett flips it in the air left side for Boychuk, who can't settle it clean. Tigers play it away from him and it's back into Raider territory. Here's Barrett on the right side. Looks out the left for Boychuk, tipped off the stick of Newton's into the zone. Now Boychuk's after it on the attack. He'll pick it up around behind the net. Nobody knows Boychuk still has it out front. Now finds Evan Smith. He'll send one just wide. Got a chance there, but just couldn't fine-tune it enough. 20 seconds left to go in this game. Tigers take it away. Here's Riley Steen. He'll clear it down the ice. Orshulak will stop it. And Orshulak is going to send it behind his goal. He'll leave it for Brett. No, Parr takes it away for the Tigers. Miscommunication, but the Raiders get it back. Here's Connor Howe out the right side to center. Evan Smith, now Boychuk, and the Art Hauser center will cheer him off the ice. Final score, 6-3 Raiders, and the Raiders will take a 3-2 series lead.
A huge win for the Prince Albert Raiders, obviously now with a chance to close things out in Medicine Hat. Sunday evening, it's going to be fun as this Medicine Hat Tigers team, they will not go away, but the Raiders right now are in the driver's seat. 2 chances to salt this thing away.
And so, the Prince Albert Raiders will come away with a 6-3 win, and I'll point this out because they're doing it now. But with Pickford, Wu, and Newton's on the ice, they'll have their prayer at the blue line and let the Raiders have their logo at center to celebrate a 6-3 win. Final score tonight, Owen Corkish 3, 3 more from the rest of the Raiders, and the Tigers 3. 6-3 the score for the Raiders, and the Raiders will take the 3-2 series lead. We'll take a break. When we come back, it's time for the post-game show live from the Chess Leash Lounge here on Brant Raider Radio at 900 CKBI.